what about the guys in college? What about the smart guy in front of the class?
Um, I am the smart guy in front of the class.
you you know what I mean. The guy, there's no smart guys in the class. But I just feel like too, Chanel, at 22, you shouldn't have an issue attracting a guy you want at 22, especially in Vegas. That shouldn't be an issue. You're young. That should maybe when you get older, when you got to do a whole this, that, and the third. But at 22, that should be easy. You're too young to not be just attracting, being a magnet. I'm saying everyone, when you know what I mean, you should.
I'm told that I'm a little strict. That's what I've been told, that I can be mean.
Okay, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the show. Once again, we have another PhD. Yes, another PhD. Wondering why the brothers not coming? Why they not trying to get with me with all this smartness? I don't understand. So they go on a dating show and ask the questions. So she goes on to ask Ashley, and Ashley gonna tell her as best as she can. But that's where we at. So I don't want to give it away. I want you guys to check it out for yourself. Make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get it going. This is sad.
Hello.
Hi, Chanel. Welcome in.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Do you consent to be on a live and potentially all platforms?
Yes.
All right. What brings you up tonight?
Okay, so honestly, I did not think I was gonna get to come up here because the last time that I requested to join the live, I got kicked off.
You got kicked
But
off.
yeah, I think it was because my camera wasn't on, but I couldn't figure out how to turn it on.
Oh, okay, okay.
So basically, I'm just coming up here because I'm looking for ways to, like, I guess you could say level up. I think I'm doing pretty well though in general because I'm 22. I'll be 23 on Saturday.
Happy birthday.
I have a job. I'm going to school. I'm traveling. I'm doing all the things. I just recently started getting back into the gym. I just think I kind of fell off a little bit because, school can get really stressful, and then I work
Yeah,
full time.
right.
So sometimes we don't make times for the gym. So I just started getting back into the gym, and I lost already 17 pounds. I was like 193, and
Congrats.
I'm like
Ooh.
175 right now. So I'm
Oh.
doing really, really good. But my problem is,
No, 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 no. We're just not gonna pass that up. You was at 193 at 22 years old. That's almost 200 pounds. And you saying you just now getting back in it? No, you was never in the gym. And ladies, why are y'all doing this to yourselves? I get it. You're smart. You're getting all this education. Y'all don't take any health classes, no science, biology, nothing on the nervous system, the body telling you no nutrition, nothing. Y'all tell me I went to 4 years and didn't go through anything telling you how you need to try to eat better, take care of yourselves, lose weight, nothing. So y'all finish school, then you decide, oh, since no dude's trying to get with me, maybe I need to lose some weight. But you're almost 200 pounds. 200 at 22. I don't know, man. I don't know.
let me put my phone down. I do have pants on. I just have gym clothes on.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I got gym clothes
My
on.
problem is that I'm really young, and I feel like my friends are not necessarily in the same place of life as me right now, which is fine. I mean, everybody's in their early 20s. You're still figuring out what you want to do, and I'm definitely going to give them that grace.
Mhm.
But sometimes when I want to do things, like, I'm seen as like the auntie of the group or the mom of the group because I'm not necessarily wanting to do the same things they want to do. For example, one of my friends, I asked her, like, hey, like, we should go to Miami because they had like this bundle thing where you could get like the flight to Miami, and then they have all these excursions. And one of the excursions was like a wine tasting on a yacht at the sunset. And I was like, oh, that sounds so fun. And she was like, oh, girl, that's auntie activity. And I was like, what? That literally is so fun. Like, you can take cute pictures, you taste wine. So I'm like, you know what?
I will say, I know the average 22-year-old is not going for wine. They're going for tequila, honey.
Exactly.
Casamigos, okay? Henny, the average 20.
And boys, no boys are sitting around, sitting on some yacht, sipping on wine. See, what she's doing, it's not requiring boys around. What her friends want to do require boys around. See, that's the difference. You don't get it because you're not getting the boys, but your friends probably are. Ain't nobody trying to sit around with you on no yacht and late hours sipping on wine. It'd be cute. We could take pictures. Man, they trying to get turned up and getting some dudes. They in Miami. I mean, Vegas. Come on.
22, okay?
No.
Yes, yeah.
Cornball. Why they calling you auntie at 22? There's a lot going on wrong here.
Yes, they want a party and they want a club at that age. The average 22-year-old.
We could have went to a club after when we wine drunk, and then you go to the club after. I would have had the time of my life.
They want to be tequila drunk, not wine drunk.
Right.
That's why.
Nobody smell like
So I
wine.
would end up doing a lot of stuff by myself, like going to dinner by myself. I live in Las Vegas, so there's so much stuff to do.
Oh yeah, there's so much. There's never a dull moment. Yeah.
I just end up doing a lot of things by myself, which I have no problem doing, because my friends don't want to do the same things I want to do. So I thought, like, do I need to start hanging out with older people?
Yes, that's what everyone's saying. You gotta hang out with the older girls, the aunties. I would say 28 plus, 27 plus. Yeah, right after 26, 26 plus.
It's also like that with dating too. Like first of all, I've never had a boyfriend. I will never date a guy my age. Like,
No figure.
no, not at all. Absolutely out of the question, because it's just too much. I feel like mentally to like be running around,
Mm-hmm.
21, 22.
That's the problem right there. Well, one of the problems. We see what the other problem is, but that's one of the problems. You don't have what they call a personality. You don't know how to be in the company of a man. You never had a boyfriend, so you don't get it. So most likely you might be a virgin. If not, maybe once, maybe twice you probably done had sex. But I'm thinking you still probably a virgin because having a male company is not a thing until you finish school now and you realize all your friends probably chilling with a dude somewhere. They don't want to do girl stuff with you all the time. They got a man at home. So now you figure out, maybe I need to get me a man. Yeah.
So that's
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, are you dating at all? Like older guys, like 25? I'm assuming 25 is okay.
I have dated like
She's not
two
dating.
guys that were a little bit older, like 27, 28, but they were still like, once I got to know them, I was like, okay, you're still emotionally immature in ways, which I mean, I am too. I'm not perfect, but the stuff that they were doing was just not okay. So I've also been told that I need to start dating older, and actually one of the nurses that works at my job told me that I need to date someone who's like 35 plus, and I was like,
No,
oh,
no, no. You ain't ready
I
for that.
think
No.
I think that's
not old. 35 is not old, but
it's not old, but too old for you. That's what I'm gonna say.
Right.
It's not old, but too old for you. Yeah. And although you may have an older soul, he will still run circles. You're still young. Yeah. You're still young.
I'm gonna tell you, I know what it is. She's moving around. She probably dressed real frumpy and thinking she cute with it. But the weight is making you look older, and how you carrying yourself is making you look older. And so you're not trying to be like these young girls. You probably look old because you look older than 22. I'm gonna just go ahead and say that. You look older than 22, and the glass is not helping. But you're only 22, regardless. Why you need to act like you 30? Shit, you're gonna be 30 and 40 when it's coming. You don't need to rush it. Enjoy your 20s, young lady, your young 20s. Enjoy it. Don't rush yourself. Y'all be trying to rush to be, date 30, 35. Why? What for? Enjoy your 20s.
Don't
Hey,
run circles, my love. Yeah. No.
yeah, that
What
man.
age? Give her suggestions.
29 max.
They're saying 29 max, 28 max. Yep, that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, maybe
28
7
is the
years to
number.
see.
So what
Yeah,
about the
7 years
guys in
max.
college? What about the smart guy in front of the class?
Um, I am the smart guy in front of the class.
Bruh.
You
There it is.
you
See?
know what I mean. The guy,
See?
there's no smart guys in the class.
Honestly, I don't pay attention to anybody. I guess that's a good thing too. I
See?
could start noticing people because I kind of just go to school, do what I need to do, and leave. And some classes I do take online because I don't necessarily want to have to go in person to do that.
She has no social skills. That's what it's called. You go in, you don't talk to people, you do your work, you probably smile a little bit here and there, and you go home. Probably go play with some animals or some shit. Go drink a smoothie by yourself, read a book, look at something online. But you have no social skills. That's why you have a problem right now. That's why you hadn't dated. You don't even have never had a boyfriend. You're 22. What happened in high school?
Okay, well, it'll be good to connect with people within, the college, on the college campus.
Our culture here in Las Vegas is a lot different than other places because UNLV is the main college here, and we don't have like the same things other colleges would have, like frat parties and stuff like that. We don't have a lot of that because if people want to go out in Vegas, they just go to the clubs, the bars.
Right.
So we don't have events like that where it's like you can really connect with other people your age.
They said join a group.
A group, yeah.
Join a group. And there's no college activities, college parties, college events, college clubs.
They do, but it's not, it's like lame because it's like when everybody wants to go out, they go, Grandma's going to go somewhere else. They're not going to stay at UNLV.
Go with them.
Okay.
On campus.
Go with the
I live
crowd.
literally across town. So sometimes it's like I'm not driving 30 minutes to go.
You notice she has a lot of excuses. So you want to drive 30. I ain't say you have to go every day. Every once in a while, 30 minutes is not even that far. So I don't even know what the big thing, I don't want to drive that far. Take a Uber. You're not doing it every night. Take a Uber. You can drink all you want, drink your wine, all that shit, and go back home. She just has a lot of excuses right now.
Okay. I think we offered a few suggestions.
Right.
Stay out of dusty clubs. There should be a lot of events and conferences in Vegas.
I am starting to get into real estate, so I'm going to some of those.
Oh, that'd be perfect.
Yeah, but it's all older people.
Exactly.
Like I have one on Thursday, and I'm sure it's gonna be a lot of people like in their 30s and 40s, which I have a problem with as friends. But when it comes to like the dating stuff.
Right. So you'll be the only 20-something in the room, is what you're saying. The only one.
22-year-old probably.
In the whole state of Nevada, I am the youngest employee. The next person above me is about 15 years older than me.
In the whole state of Nevada, you're the youngest employee at your company. So even at the group or at the conferences, they don't invite younger people in who may potentially want to join or work with them. No.
They usually, the conferences that I go to is more so giving advice. I haven't seen anyone like go up there and be like, hey, we're doing this. If you're interested, go ahead and join.
Or too many excuses or pushback. That's what they're saying in the comments. Too much pushback.
Yeah.
I would prefer to date someone older, but not too old. Like I don't want to be like in my 40s and my husband is 75. Like that's crazy.
Right.
Damn, you jumped from
And someone said
22
I need
to
to
40
lose
something?
the glasses. I did not go to work today. I'm about to go to the gym. So my glasses, I don't typically wear those on a day-to-day. I have a nail appointment coming up. I keep myself to the tens. I just got my hair done today. So I think like appearance-wise and academically and professionally, I'm doing very well. It's kind of the social aspect that I'm.
Look, ladies, I say this 100, and I'm going to say it 101 time now. If you're coming on these dating shows, you need to look to impress. You need to look like you're trying to impress someone so someone might want to reach out to you, be attracted to you, something. Over and over and over. This lady has a large platform. So people watching it. And you come on here with these big glasses on. I don't know if she's about to say she wear contacts or something. no clothes on. Talking about you going to the gym, you 200 pounds. You ain't fooling nobody with that. Got your hair done, no makeup, and nothing on you right now saying, man, I want to get with this chick. Nothing. And every time she talks about something, she goes back to something educational. You talk about this, oh, talking about your appearance, you start talking about academically and all that. No. The outer is what gonna attract him over. Then he'll get to know about all this other stuff going on in your brain. But what he see is what gonna get him to come and sit down and have that conversation with you. I don't know how many times y'all seem not to understand this. I don't know how hard it is. It's not rocket science. Every man says it. So I don't know how hard it is for y'all not to get it. She needs to get it. She's 22, skipped out on high school, didn't have a boyfriend, went through college, didn't have a boyfriend. Something else is going on, man. It's her.
Yeah, we offered a couple of suggestions, Chanel, So I say try it out before you exit out. Try it out. See, all right, let me take a few of their suggestions. Let's see, let me try once. They're saying go here, try this little meetup, this group, this club. Let me try it, see what works, see what sticks and what doesn't.
I think those are really good suggestions. I mean, the world is kind of my oyster living here because there's so many
Well,
things.
what about travel? Do you travel? At least, okay, so what about traveling? At least once a
But
month?
she's not talking to
You
men.
know what? I actually have a lot of traveling coming up. So this month I may or may not go to Catalina Island. Next month I'm going to Coachella. I have EDC in May.
Okay.
Festival. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of traveling and I have a cruise in December. So I'm
All
gonna be doing
alone.
a lot of traveling. So there's gonna be people to meet and experiences to have there. So I am looking forward to that.
Okay, this is good. I say once a month so you can meet new people. I
She
say
doesn't talk to
travel,
men.
which you're already saying you're doing. That would be good. And find events within your city on Eventbrite. And it doesn't always have to look like the club. It can also be wine tasting. I'm sure they have that there, you know?
I'm looking at my week right now. I have work for the rest of the week, which my work allows me also to meet people. I meet a bunch of different people during the day.
But I just feel like too, Chanel, at 22, you shouldn't have an issue
Right. It
attracting
shouldn't
a
be
guy
that
you
hard.
want at 22, especially in Vegas. That shouldn't be an issue. You're young. That shit, maybe when you get older, when you got to do a whole this, that, and the third. But at 22, that should
Right.
be easy. You're too young to not be just attracting, being a magnet. I'm saying every.
I'm telling you, the people that's probably she's attracting, she probably looking down on them. She probably saying they're not educated, they don't have money whatsoever. She hasn't spoke a lot about money, so she probably look more for the educational portion of it. So they probably don't look educated. She wants somebody that, make her look good or whatever. Everybody want the 6 foot dude. I mean, the 6'6" dude, all chiseled up, looking like he should be on a magazine, even though they gonna look like they look. But you don't talk to men. That's what the problem. You didn't have nobody in high school, nobody in college. Now you're out in the work world and you still not talking to men. I guarantee you talk to nothing but women. Men come in there, you probably get shy, giggle, get goofy looking because you don't have no type of personality when it comes to a man. You're going to take all those trips, you're going to go on all that stuff. Most of them you're going to go by yourself. A large of that is work related and you don't have any plans of trying to go with someone. You go on a cruise, you should be finding somebody to go on this cruise with. Take your man. But no, you probably go with your girlfriend. Or if you're going to go by yourself, that's really sad. At 22, you're going on cruises by yourself. Let's finish this thing out, man. This shit is sad.
Everyone, when you know what I mean, you should.
I'm told that I'm a little strict. That's what I've been told, that I can be mean.
There it is.
Quote unquote, in the sense that I know what my standards are, and if somebody's trying to give me less than that, I just stand on my boundaries. Like I don't let anyone cross my boundaries. So again, that's what I'm saying. Like with guys my age or even a little older, they kind of been like, "Oh, well, you're asking for too much. Well, you need to go
So
find."
that also means that we're not attracting a guy that we want. So the guy that we want, how does he want us to show up? Not saying you got to change for a man. Let me put that forward. But the guy that we want, what does he like? If we keep attracting the same type of guy, right? And you want a relationship, fair enough. And we keep attracting this type of man. Oh, he keep telling me to do this, or he just wants to come in and go 50-50. I don't know what it is. I'm just being hypothetical here. Then maybe something needs to change. Maybe the way I'm showing up, maybe it's my energy. I don't know. Maybe something I need to shift to attract that certain type of guy.
It's definitely, and I saw a lady you have put on your Instagram said the same thing, the weight. The weight is going to get you. Like, I'm not trying to sound bad. Be comfortable in your own body. Me personally, that's why I'm going to the gym. But I think physical appearance has a lot to do with it because that's the first thing somebody sees.
Yeah.
And then also the energy, because I am a hyper independent person. I do everything on my own. Everything I have, is because of me. I've always had to support myself as an adult. So I can understand maybe sometimes in relationships where I'm not necessarily letting that person take the lead.
Okay. What is hyper independent? You ladies come up with a new word, I swear, every 6 months. Every 6 months, y'all come up with a new word to make you stand out more than anyone else. You're independent. You're by yourself. So I'm hyper independent. So I'm really, really by myself. I pay all my bills. That's being an adult. I really pay all my bills. Still being an adult. But you guys be throwing all these little add-ons to make yourself stand out so much more. And it's really nothing. You're independent. You're just independent. You're basically by yourself. Nobody else. You don't hear nobody else using these terms but black women. And I hate to say it, y'all the only one use these terms. Nobody else, because everybody else know it's just life. You're not getting no credit for just living life. That's why nobody ain't paying no. They don't give a damn you hyper independent. You're by yourself, lady. You need to figure out not to be hyper independent so you can have somebody in your life. That's as simple as that. This shit is so funny. Y'all just boy, y'all vocabulary is huge now.
But I also think that means I do need an older person, because if I'm looking like at a guy my age, I don't think they even have the skill set to be able to provide that.
Absolutely. And what I want to touch on two things. You mentioned the woman who brought up the weight thing, or she was talking about weight on my Instagram. How does that relate to you? Why did you bring that up? That video that you saw.
When I was in high school, believe it or not, you can't really see my body right now, but I was a G cup. Like so it made me look fat. Like it just made me look fat. Then I was 18, I got that reduced. And the one thing the doctor said was do not gain weight. Well, I was too busy enjoying my new body. And I did gain some weight. And like end of last year, beginning of this year, I was almost 200 pounds. And in the moment when you're having so much fun and you're going out and you're drinking, you're eating, you don't realize that you're putting on this weight. But I remember I had taken a picture with my friend and I was like, ew, why do I look fat? Because in my head, I'm thinking the body is tea. Mm-hmm. I went to go step on the scale and that's when it hit me in the face. And I was like, oh, I definitely need to, because if I want a guy who's like healthy, goes to the gym, takes care of his body, like I need to be doing the same as well.
See, there it is. That's what she want. But you lying to yourself right now. You didn't know you was fat. You knew it when you went to buy clothing. Every time you walk past all those small, mediums, and large, and extra large, and stepped into that XX large, you knew right then. You probably walking out of size 20, 22. You can't sit here and act like you didn't know you were overweight. The body was T. You didn't even have a boyfriend. Who told you your body was T? Unless you was over there just spreading your legs and letting guys get busy, you don't sound like nobody was in there. I'm just being honest. You kind of just all caught up in your own head right now, which probably 80% of you like that. She probably thought she was a 10. We hear that all the time. But
Yeah, absolutely. If you want a fit guy, right? If you want him to be in shape, have a six pack, then I'm not saying you have to have a six pack and be super solid, muscular, but you definitely have to be in shape for sure. So it sounds like that's something you are working on.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's good.
I am very self-aware, and I have no problem taking any type of criticism. I'm glad I caught it before, my friend had to sit down and tell me, girl, you get into it. But like I said, it's something I'm working on, and that's something I do want in a potential partner is, he don't got to be like to the nines fit, but healthy, takes care of himself, goes to the gym, values nutrition. So that's what I'm trying to implement back into my life. And
get yourself straight
to
first.
find a guy at the gym. I go to LVAC. It's a huge gym. It's 2 stories. Like, there's men all over the place.
So then, Chanel, what going on? If they're men all over the place and they got 2 stories, and you saying you coming up off that coin, why none of them approaching? Why none of them stopping you mid treadmill?
Because she's 200 pounds.
It's intimidating sometimes because a lot of the men that go to these bigger gyms, they're like big, they're buff, they got the tripod out, and they're recording themselves, and I just be like, oh my gosh.
No, but I'm saying they should be approaching you. They should be like, hey, Chanel, I see you.
She ain't there yet.
Trust me, a man. Listen, if they're attracted, they will approach you on the treadmill.
That is true.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. You are young. So at that age, 22, it should be no issue. It should be like a moth to a flame when you guys are a lot younger versus as you get older. Not saying you can't attract a man when you get older, but that's something I want you to go ahead.
I'm starting not to think that it's not the women, it's the men too, because nowadays men want you to chase them.
There it is.
So I do agree, like if a man really likes you, he will come up to you. I mean, because it's happened before, but I think we're kind of in the age of where men want to live a soft life and they want the woman to come up to them. And
there
the woman
it is.
So
blame the man.
You can't judge a book by its cover, because how do I know what the men, at the gym, what their ideology is? But I think that plays a role into it too, because they want you to do things that they should be doing.
Absolutely.
Watching them videos.
And I'm not saying that's not true, but that's why I always tell you ladies, especially when you're on about, to look like a dainty little flower. Look like a damsel in distress. Because no one's coming to a dainty little flower saying, hey, help me. I'm not saying it hasn't happened, but no one's coming to a girl in bubblegum pink with a nice soft voice saying, hello, sir. Da-da-da. Hey, can you help me? What are you talking? No one's doing that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's talking point. She's been listening to one of these female podcasters, and she's falling for it. Well, maybe that's why they're not trying to talk to me. No, it's the 200 pounds, young lady, and everything else you probably got going on. And you can't keep acting as if you don't know this, but you need to blame something. I mean, sometimes it's just you. But what you should do, get you a trainer that knows nutrition, so you can help you get on a meal, like an eating plan. And you need to give yourself about 6 months, 6 to 8 months. Don't worry about no man. Don't worry about dating, and focus on yourself in that gym. Because as soon as you find somebody, within that time, you're going to slow down. You're going to stop doing stuff because you think, oh, I got somebody. I don't need to keep doing this. No, you need to work on yourself for 6 to 8 months straight. Be disciplined like you are in your teachings and your education, and get yourself together. That's what you need to do. You don't need to be focused on no dudes right now. You need to be focused on your health and your weight. That's what you need to do.
Mm-hmm. So that's something to think about.
My wardrobe definitely plays into that. I think I could do a lot more white, pink, pastels. Spring is coming up, so I definitely could go get some pastel stuff and start to.
Absolutely. That's what I would want you to do.
Put on some
make those
nice
few
clothes.
changes and think about what I said. Okay, what does the guy, since I do want to be in a relationship, right? And I do want a certain type of guy, and you said you do want someone fit in shape, who's a good guy, who's willing to do the things. What does he want? out of his woman. I know what I want out of a man, but what does he want?
That's definitely something to think about.
Right.
All right, darling. Well, I hope this was helpful.
Thank you so much. And I'm definitely going to come back up once I lose a little more weight to show y'all what I'm looking like from there.
All righty, sounds good. Have a good evening, okay?
Thank you.
Okay. There it is. Like I said, I don't come back when I lose a little bit of weight. No, young lady, you need to lose a lot of weight. And a lot of times you ladies think that 175 is good, 180, that's good. No. 135, 140, maybe 145 the most, depending on how tall you are. That's in y'all range. You ladies looking at this 75 and 60, y'all 5'5" and weighing 165. No. Just because your butt this big, it doesn't matter. You're overweight. That's just fat. It don't look as good as you think it is just because a couple knuckleheads wooing at you. And what I always tell people, if you want to really know how you look, go into an area, a little more upscale area where people take care of themselves, and look at all the people walking around, older women and all, and watch how you'll see older women slim. They'll be walking in heels, dresses, hair done, makeup. They're not walking around like they just got out of bed. But you young girls now, and some of the old ones, I got in an argument with some women because they don't wear heels and dresses. I don't do that. No, I don't. I ain't never. That's why y'all in a predicament. Y'all didn't have 50-year-old women don't have nobody. One lady said nobody's ever proposed to her and she had 2 kids. She was 51. But she like walking around in athletic wear, trying to be a dude, I guess. I don't know. But some of the stuff y'all do is why men are not walking up on you. Because when they get older, especially if they want to settle down, they want to have a lady that they can take around and people say, that's his wife. That's what they want to do. So you have to, they want somebody that look like something. They want somebody who's smart, and they want somebody that got something going on. So all you ladies out there doing all this other stuff, BBLs, I ain't seen too many dudes wifing up BBLs. Not corporate. And y'all all want 6-figure men, so most of them are in corporate or high-end jobs. So get yourself together, ladies. Stop just assuming it's the man's fault. She went straight to that. After all this stuff this woman told her, she went straight to that at the end. Well, really, it's a lot of the men. No, it's not. They just didn't want no 22-year-old, 200-pound woman. Simple as that. Well, guys, y'all let me know. Y'all hit me in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this. Again, don't forget to smash that like button and hit that subscribe button. And I got to get up out of here. Y'all stay real, stay grounded. Peace.